Mike Zambelli here at Bethesda Memorial Gym. And we already crowned a girls champion tonight as the Vikings from Allentown Central Catholic defeated the Trojanets from Parkland. Game number 2 coming up, the boys championship ball game. Number 1 seeded Easton against the number 3 seed Whitehall. Before we get game number 2 underway, let's chat with an old friend, Tom Fisher, who has been a head coach at Phillipsburg High School for the past 15 years. He's had the good years, he's had the bad years, he's been in between, he's been on top and all over the league. He is recognized as one of the finest coaches in a circuit by his fellow coaches. Tom, welcome to Super 2, and last year you were picked to win everything. You had an all-senior ball club. You were wiped out by graduation. This year you come in with a completely new team. It wasn't a reloading year, it was a rebuilding year. You wound up with 7-13. Tell us about this season.
Oh, Johnny, in this league, there's so many good teams. It's such a competitive league that when you don't have a lot of experience coming back, you're going to struggle. But our kids hung in there every game. Like we said, there's an awful lot of talent in the league. There's awful good coaches in the league. It's just not a league to break in 4 or 5 new players. But we did a good job. We hung in there. We only have 1 senior on the entire team. So we'll have 6 of our top 7 players returning next year, and we'll be looking forward to getting back into the heat of the East Penn League.
Tom, when this season started, did you figure Easton to be the top team?
Yes, I did, John, just from the experience factor that I had alluded to earlier, and the fact that they have superior players. Terrence Fitzpatrick is a tremendous player inside. L.J. Bennett is a tremendous player on the outside, and the Bartlett kid really helps them make them go. So they have a nice nucleus there, and then Stan's done a good job of blending 2 other guys in there. And so far, they've kept their head on top of the league, and I look for them to play well again tonight.
All right, now you played them both. How do you size up tonight's ball game with Whitehall?
Well, I really think that Whitehall obviously will try to slow them down like it's been their pattern over the years, which they've been very successful with. But I don't think Easton should allow them to do that. If Easton allows Whitehall in the game, and pretty soon you look up and there's 4 minutes to go and Whitehall's up by 2 or down by 4, they're going to be right in the game, and anything in a high school game can happen in the last 4 minutes. So I look for Easton to come out and pick the pace up on Whitehall a little bit, try to get Whitehall to go up and down the court, something they're not that familiar with. And if I think Easton can do that, I think Easton's chances of winning have escalated.
Well, Easton has a definite advantage. They have the experience factor, they have the height factor. This is a very inexperienced Whitehall ball club.
It's right, but after 20 league games and a few good independent games, I don't consider Whitehall that inexperienced anymore. Plus, Ronnie does a tremendous job with them, preparing them in the gym on the practice day. So I don't think we're going to see an experience factor tonight. I think late in February and after so many league games, I think Whitehall's as experienced as Easton. So I think it's going to come down to the style of play tonight.
Tom, let me ask you a question. I've asked the coaches throughout the season. What do you think of the 20-game schedule?
Well, obviously, I'm not a proponent of the 20-game schedule. It's just, I think it's watering down basketball in the Lehigh Valley. It's just too much to ask high school kids to play 3 games a week. I think the Tuesday and Friday format that high school have always enjoyed for the last 35, 40 years, it should return that way. Just from an academic standpoint, the kids are missing, they're playing Tuesday night, they're playing Thursday night, they're missing 2 school nights. A lot of us practice in the evening. The kids aren't even getting home at all during the week. And let's face it, the kids are in school for the academic life more than the athletic life. And I really think it would be a benefit for the whole program in general, the spectators of the Lehigh Valley, to go back and see 2 good competitive high school basketball games a week. Let the kids rest. Let them come out here, get prepared to play hard, rather than this 1 day's rest all the time.
Every coach that we talked to in the East Penn Conference share that opinion. Tom, thank you very much for dropping by. Nice seeing you.
Thank you, Johnny. It's always a pleasure.
Good luck. Tom Fisher, 15th year as head coach at Petersburg High School, and recognized as one of the finest coaches in the league. Okay, you heard what he said about tonight's matchup with Easton and Whitehall.
Well, he said one thing that I definitely agree with, and I think Easton has the ability to come out and trap and make the game a quicker pace game, although I don't think they'll do that, like he said. And if it comes down to you allow Whitehall to work their offense, it's basically tempo versus talent. You know, if Easton uses their talent and gets out and run, and Fitzpatrick is the dominating guy that we saw for maybe over 2 quarters the other night, you know, they're going to win the game. If they leave Whitehall in the game and they let them get some momentum, it's going to be a different story at the end.
I had to chuckle a little bit when he said after 20 games you shouldn't be inexperienced, which is true in a sense, except that you never catch up.
Well, you're right, but the one thing you have to look at, and if you look at the box scores from the first 2 games, and I will use Steve Jones as an example. First game, 4 points. Second game, 10 points. Same thing with Matt Zook. 3 points first game, 10 points second game. Whitehall's an improving team. They're getting better as the year goes on. You got to give Ron Hassler credit for that. And I think tonight Easton is going to meet the best Whitehall team out of the 3 encounters.
But while they're getting better, Easton was getting better.
Easton has improved also. I think the play of Davis, Johnson, Fennell, those are the guys that have filled in. Bennett, Bartlett, and Fitzpatrick have been there all year long. Those 3-4 guys that are coming in off the bench are really making a big difference for Easton.
All right, we saw a good girls game, championship ball game. Now let's sit back, relax, and enjoy East Penn Conference Boys Championship Basketball, Easton and Whitehall.